Yes, guys, Coach Sam here. Hope you're all well. New phase is starting tomorrow. So, as usual, I'm just going to do a little video explaining how this phase is going to run so you can prepare yourself for what we have in store for the next 3 weeks. Okay, so let's access my screen. So you should be able to see the new phase here. Okay, so the next phase, guys, we're going to be working on a method called heavy lights. You can see in the left-hand column here, we did triceps a few phases ago. That was where we did 3 exercises in a row for the same body part. All right, the last phase then we just come off last week was the 5 sets of 6, where we were going really heavy, trying to peak by that 3rd set and trying to hang on for the final 2 sets. So, totally opposite to the triceps where there was a lot of volume. People were super sore after this tricep phase because the volume was just so high. We went really heavy then in the last 3 weeks with the 5 sets of 6. So the next phase now, we're going to combine the 2 of these in a way where we're going to be going very heavy for the first part of the superset. So the first exercise, you're going to do 6 reps. And the second exercise, you're going to do 15. Okay, so this is a very good method, guys, for building lean muscle tissue because the first exercise gives you a lot of strength. Okay, because it's quite heavy. It's quite neurologically demanding. So you're going to be doing sort of 4 to 6 reps, slower tempos on this 4 to 6 reps with a very explosive concentric. The idea is with this heavy set that goes before the lighter and higher volume set is that the heavy set is going to recruit the higher threshold motor units and enhance strength and more muscular density. So when you look at the muscle mass on sort of strong men, it's quite dense muscle tissue. Think of a power lifter. All right. So, those guys mainly lift weights in the lower rep ranges. So it's going to build a bit more muscle density. So muscle is going to help you also get stronger. Okay. Whereas the second exercise is going to be a lot lighter in comparison to the first, hence the heavy lights. And it's performed for higher reps on a slightly faster tempo. So the higher rep exercise is going to just increase blood flow. Okay. So it's going to get you a little bit hotter and sweatier this phase in the last one. All right, it's going to give you a bit more metabolic buildup as well. So you'll have a buildup of metabolites in the muscles, okay? But it's also going to have positive physiological adaptations in regards to improving capillary development in the targeted muscles. So you'll find that this phase is great. You can have some nice strength improvements, but also improve your ability to keep working for longer periods as well. So yeah, it's going to be a really good phase. And it's tough. I remember when I first did this program, I did it in a very similar setup to the way you guys are going to be following it today. And yeah, it is very, very hard. Okay, so as always, guys, if you've got any questions as we go through, feel free to ask, or I'll come back to this video and you can comment. Or if you're watching this video at a later date, just feel free to message me or your lifestyle coach just taking care of your training, and we can answer any questions that you have. Okay, so let's kick on and let's look at the program. So we got day 1 to 5. So Monday's arms and shoulders, Tuesday's lower body 1, which is going to be a bit more of a quad dominant day. Wednesday's a conditioning day. Day 4's torso. All right, looking at more chest and back. And then Friday's going to be lower body 2. But a bit more of a posterior chain dominant day. Okay, so you're going to be doing quads and posterior chain on both days. But the exercise we choose make them a bit more biased towards certain body parts, whether it's quads or posterior chain. Okay, so let's look at day 1, arms and shoulders. This is going to be Monday's workout. Okay, so we got 4 exercises in a row. All right, we're going to be using a big compound movement to really stimulate the triceps. So you're going to seated shoulder press. Okay, you're going to get a lot more neural drive to the muscle in a seated position. All right, we're using the seated shoulder press on a 4 to 6 rep window. All right, with a 5-second eccentric. So it's a seated shoulder press, 4 to 6 reps. 5 seconds down. Okay, from there, then you can go straight into a seated dumbbell French press. And the way we're going to be doing this exercise is 1 dumbbell at a time. You can use 2 if you prefer, but we're going to be doing 2 dumbbells like this. Okay, so you get a bit more friendlier for the shoulder joints. So there's a seated dumbbell French press. That's my preferred way for doing them, especially if you're going to be doing high reps, like 15 reps. Okay, so after that, then you're going to take 90-second rest. And then you're going to do your chin-ups for 4 to 6. And into your bicep curls. So it's a big compound movement for triceps, an isolated movement for triceps. We rest 90 seconds, a compound movement for biceps, and more of an isolated exercise for biceps. All right, and it works through like that. So it's push, so tricep, rest, bicep, rest, basically. Okay, very simple, but it's 5 sets. The volume is going to be very, very high. And in our B series, there's no C series for this program. It's just A's and B's. You got tricep push downs for 12 to 15. We got incline curls for 12 to 15. So we're hitting those triceps and biceps again with another isolated exercise. And then we got some standing lateral raises because, you know, it might not look like a lot of shoulders in this, but you've got a big compound movement at the beginning. Okay. And then shoulders are involved a little bit in chin ups as well because it's such a big upper body exercise. Then we've got your standing lateral raises there. So it's a really good exercise for biceps, triceps, and shoulders. Okay. Should be a good routine, but the lactate build-up is going to be very, very high, especially on the 15 reps because we are still utilizing a 3-second eccentric. So 4 second a rep, 15 reps, a 60 seconds of time and attention on the A2 and A4 exercise alone. All right, so it's going to be hard. But also you add in the fact you're doing 6 reps on a 5-second eccentric. That's 30 things. So each muscle group is going to be doing around 90 seconds of work, okay, in a row. Okay, it's going to be very, very hard. And it's not just 90 seconds of work in a row. The first 30 seconds is with a very heavy weight. So you're going to fatigue a lot of those fast twitch fibers there. All right, if I just give you a lightweight and ask you to do 90 seconds, you could manage it. This is a lot harder because you can get very fatigued in the first 30. Then you're going to do another exercise, which is going to recruit different muscle fibers. And, you know, it's going to burn, guys. Okay, so I am warning you. But yeah, quite simple. A1, A2, A3, A4, 5 rotations, and then 3 sets of the Bs. But, you know, it might not be the longest worker in the world, but you're going to be doing quite a lot of work within that time frame. Okay, let's look at lower body 1 now. Exactly the same setup. You've got your 4 exercises in a row. We've got your front squat for 6 sets of 5. All right, 6 reps for 5 sets. Okay, so the same rep schemes. So you're going to go front squat, back squat with this one. Okay, very, very hard. All the coaches have been debriefed. So if you can't do a front squat, you can do a cyclist squat into a back squat. You could do a cyclist squat into a leg extension. All right, as long as you're going heavy and then going light for the same muscle group, that's the main thing that matters. But we are making this quite challenging for more of our experienced members. Front squat and the back squat is probably the best version if you can front squat. All right, because that's going to get a lot more core activation as well. It's a very honest squat and it's going to work your abs like crazy. Okay, and it's going to be very, very challenging for the quads, especially with that more upright position. And then going into the barbell back squat for 3 seconds down, 15 reps. Yeah, that's going to be so hard. Then the A3, you've got glute ham raises into hex bar Romanian deadlift. So it's an RDL with the hex bar. Okay, you can use a normal bar if you want to, but we're going to be using lots of barbells with the barbell back squat and the front squat. Hence why we're using the hex bar for the Romanian deadlift. Now, I do like the hex bar for Romanian deadlifts. Is a neutral grip. It can be a little bit easier to keep more of an upright posture. So there are benefits as well of using the hex bar for an RDL. You can also use dumbbells as well. I do like using dumbbells a lot when I do Romanian deadlifts. If you can, if you're really strong, the hex bar is a really good option because dumbbells can be a bit awkward if you're on like the 47.5K dumbbells. Okay, and you are pretty strong on a hex bar deadlift, so or an RDL rather. So the hex bar deadlift might be an easier option to load it up, and you can also strap in as well. Okay, and then the B series, you've got leg raises with a Swiss ball. Really hard exercise, is going to work the adductors as well. Nice, so it carries over nicely to a lower body 1 day, bringing in that adductor complex. Then you got your squat calf raises, which again is going to burn those quads because the quads are going to be in that lengthened position at the bottom there. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of tension on those quads throughout. We're going to be doing that with no rest in between. So lots of warm-up sets for this. You want to make sure we find the right loads. You've got to warm up to a heavy front squat. Okay, make sure the RDLs are a good weight as well for 15, not too heavy, but you still want to be challenging, and you want to make sure you warm up your back squats as well for a good weight. Okay, so in regards to the weights you want to be using for 6, you've got 5 sets. The first set, you can sort of find your weights. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit too light. Then you want to build through then. But because of the fact that there's going to be so much fatigue in the muscles, it's going to be quite hard to build each consecutive set. So it might be that you build the first 2 or 3 sets, and then you just try and hang on then for set 4 and set 5. And what's probably going to happen is there's going to be a reduction in reps, especially on the second exercise. That's where you're going to probably hit fatigue and find that your capacity really is a limiting factor. But it depends on your muscle fiber type. If you're very fast twitch, you might find it hard to maintain the reps on the second exercise. If you're not very strong and you need to work on your strength levels, you might find it harder to keep your weights up on the initial exercise, the heavy one. Okay, so this is going to highlight as well where you maybe need to improve with your own physical fitness components. Okay, and then we're looking at let's look at day 4. We'll leave the conditioning to last. Okay, so very similar. This time it's chest and back. So you get your heavy bench press sets of 6 for the heavy exercise, into flat dumbbell press for sets of 15, and then you got chin ups for sets of 6, into lean away pull downs for sets of 15. Now, if you can't do chin ups, we need the pull downs for the second exercise, guys. Okay, so yeah, you can do your chin up variations on the rings. So do your modified chin ups on there. So we don't really want you doing pull downs into a lean away pull down, okay, especially with the same handle. It's going to be too similar. We want a heavy exercise, which is a great chance for you to get onto the gymnastic rings and work on your chin up variations, even if they're assisted chin ups. Then the B series, we've got flat dumbbell tricep extensions and bicep curls. So we're hitting biceps twice a week in the B series on both upper body days, and lateral raises as well. So there's a deltoid exercise, a tricep and a bicep exercise on all upper body exercise in this phase. So you should find that we are, trying to really push bicep and tricep strength, and that should have a positive impact then after this phase on our chin ups. Okay, so there we go. That's upper body 2. Okay, lower body 2. Here we go. Okay, we got deadlifts, sets of 6. All right, tough exercise. Then we're straight into stability ball leg curls for 15. Alternating barbell lunges for 4 to 6. So a nice heavy lunge. All right, do a dumbbell or barbell. It's your call. I put in the notes here. You can use either with dumbbell or barbell here. And then you got cyclist squat. Okay, 15 reps times 5 sets. Beginners can go assisted, so maybe using the bench to get up or a band. Intermediate can go body weight, and advanced can actually use resisted. It's hard, yeah. Going heavy on this exercise with the range of motion that we want, with our straight back sort of rolling down a wall. It's hard, so you might find that you just need to go body weight. All right, then we got dragonfly abs, sets of 6 to 8. These are also known as Rocky Falls. All right, is the exercise you've seen Rocky do when he defeated Ivan Drago in Russia in the old famous Rocky 4 film. Okay, is the really hard exercise. If you can't do that, we can do a modified leg raise. And then we've got your anterior tibialis and your donkey calf raises. We haven't done anterior tib work for a while, but with summer coming, I'm guessing a lot of people are going to be doing a lot more running. It's really good to protect the muscles at the front of the shin, because a lot of people suffer from shin splints and knee pain when they start running again. So this exercise is great just for prehabilitation and knee health factor mainly, okay? Want to keep you all strong and injury free. All right, and then that's basically the heavy light. The conditioning day is tough. I think we got good feedback based on the 300 workout. People enjoyed it. So we're going to keep the banter flowing. We're going to make this a bit of a competition. So we've got a workout. Okay, so warm up. Take 50 minutes to run through all the exercises, including the workout, and familiarize yourself with the techniques. The coaches can just run through everything with you. Make sure you find your weights and make sure you have a little sort of a warm up utilizing the exercises. And what you're going to do, you're going to work up to the recommended weight for bench press, which is going to be quite challenging. Okay, so the bench press weight is 20 reps, and the weight we want on here is male 50, female 25 kilos. You're going to warm up to that bench press weight. Okay, and then the workout, then you can do 20 reps on pull-ups. Now we want to make sure that these are body weight pull-ups. We don't really want you using a band. Okay, so try and do 20 pull-ups. If you can't, again, this is where we can look at utilizing the gymnastic rings. All right, but we want to get you all stronger. And this workout is going to really highlight, who is extremely fit. And fitness is not just about running and cardiovascular, it's also about strength. So 20 chin-ups, you can do them in, 10 sets of 2, 4 sets of 5, 2 sets of 10. Depends how strong you are, the quicker you're going to get yourself through that. But you're going to cash in with that exercise, okay? So you've got to do the 20 pull-ups to cash in, okay? So that's that. Once you've done the 20 pull-ups, you can then start the workout, okay? And the workout is 3 rounds of, you've got your bench press, okay? 20 reps, car park shuttle run, 20 calories on the ski erg, burpee pull-up combo, okay? Everything's 20 reps, unilateral squat pull with a kettlebell, okay? And then you're gonna do that for 3 rounds. So it's quite hard. Imagine doing that 3 times. All right, 60 bench presses in total. Is 18 lengths of outside of the gym with a shuttle run. It's 60 calories on the ski erg. Total is 60 burpee pull-ups and it's 60 kettlebell squat pulls altogether. But you're going to do 20 at a time, 3 rounds. Then you're going to cash out with 20 jump lunges each leg. It must be done in that order, okay? So, you can't do these chin-ups whenever you want. You got to do 20. Then you move into 3 rounds of this. You can't do 15 bench presses and move on to the running. It has to be 20. All right. And you have to try your best to use the weights on here. I don't care if it takes you longer. All right. If you have to rest, if you have to rest, ultimately, if you have to rest, it's because you're not strong enough to utilize the weights. But these are not really heavy weights. 25 kilos on bench press isn't that heavy. So you should be able to do, the 20 bench press in at least sort of 4 sets of 5. And you will get a nice strength adaptation from this as well then if you utilize the weights we prescribe. If you're super strong, great, you can pump out the 20 reps quick, and then you're going to get a bit more of a metabolic output from that session. Okay, so this session will give you the output that you need to improve. If you're weak, you're going to get a strength stimulus because you're going to ultimately have to take more rest. If you're strong, you're going to get more metabolic stimulus because you can fly through the resistance exercise and work really hard on the cardio. Okay, so try and use the weights selected. And I guarantee if you improve your time with the weight selected and you don't modify this workout too much, then you're going to be fitter, stronger, faster, leaner at the end of this phase. Okay, so that's it. 20 jump lunges, or you can do walking lunges if you need to. 20 each leg, and then we've got some stretches then at the end, couch stretch, pigeon stretch, just to finish off, just to make sure that we're not battering you and beating you up too much. There's a little bit of rejuvenation and stretching there at the end. Okay, guys, so that's the new phase. It's going to run for 3 weeks. It is a tough one. If anyone is struggling to do any of the exercises in the program, feel free to reach out to me or your coaches, and we can tell you the best alternative to do. All right, but I think that's all from me. If anyone needs anything, let me know, and I'll hopefully see you all in the gym or speak to you at some point this week.